The day everything changed. Daniel looked unhappy. He looked older than his age. One evening, after another long day, he looked in the mirror. He looked tired and unhappy. What will my life look like in 5 years? Daniel was 32 years old. He lived in a small apartment in a busy city. Every morning, he woke up at the same time. He went to work, came home, watched videos on his phone, and went to bed. Then the next day was exactly the same. His life felt safe, but it also felt empty. Daniel often looked at successful people on the internet. He saw people who started businesses, learned new skills, and traveled around the world. He wanted a better life too. He had many dreams. He wanted to become healthier. He wanted to earn more money. He wanted to speak English fluently. He wanted to make his parents proud. But every time he wanted to start, he said the same words. I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. And next month became another year. Slowly, Daniel started to believe something dangerous. He believed that maybe he was not good enough. One evening, after another long day at work, he looked at himself. In the mirror, he looked tired. He looked unhappy. He looked older than his age. For a long time, he stood there, without saying a word. Then, he asked himself one simple question. What will my life look like in 5 years if I continue like this? The answer scared him. Nothing would change. That night, Daniel could not sleep. He understood that nobody was coming to save him. No perfect day would suddenly appear. No magical opportunity would knock on his door. If his life was going to change, he had to change first. The next morning, Daniel made a small promise to himself. He did not promise to become rich. In 1 year, he did not promise to become perfect. He only promised one thing. I will become 1% better every day. It sounded small, but it was real. On the first day, he woke up 30 minutes earlier. He made his bed. He drank a glass of water. He went for a short walk before work. It was not difficult, but it was different. The next day, he repeated the same actions. Then he did them again and again. After 1 week, Daniel noticed something surprising. He felt more energetic. His mornings became peaceful instead of stressful. He realized that small habits were slowly changing his life. Soon, he added another habit. He read 10 pages of a book every day. Some days, he understood everything. Some days, he felt tired, but he never stopped reading. After 1 month, he finished his first book in many years. He smiled with pride. It was not because the book was famous. It was because he had finally finished something. This small success gave him confidence. Next, Daniel decided to improve his health. He joined a small gym near his home. The first workout was difficult. His muscles hurt. He became tired after only a few exercises. For a moment, he wanted to quit. But then he remembered his promise. 1% better every day. So he returned the next day. Weeks passed. His body became stronger. His mind became stronger too. Daniel discovered something important. Discipline was stronger than motivation. Motivation came and went. Some mornings he felt excited. Other mornings he wanted to stay in bed. If he waited for motivation, he would miss many days. But discipline did not ask how he felt. Discipline simply said, "Do the work." This lesson changed everything. Daniel also wanted to improve his English. At first, he was afraid. He thought his pronunciation was terrible. He thought people would laugh at him, but instead of worrying, he practiced every day. He learned 5 new words. He listened to short podcasts. He read simple stories. Sometimes he made mistakes. Many mistakes. But every mistake taught him something new. Little by little, English became easier. One day, he had his first conversation with a tourist. It lasted only 3 minutes, but Daniel felt like he had climbed a mountain. Months turned into a year. Daniel's friends noticed the difference. He looked healthier. He smiled more often. He spoke with confidence. Some people asked him for advice. Others said he was lucky. Daniel smiled when he heard that word. Lucky people saw his results. They did not see the hundreds of mornings when he woke up early. They did not see the evenings when he studied instead of watching television. They did not see the days when he was tired but continued anyway. Success looked like luck from the outside, but from the inside, it looked like discipline. One afternoon, Daniel received an opportunity at work. His manager needed someone to lead a new project. Before, Daniel would have been afraid. Before, he would have said, "I am not ready." This time, he took a deep breath. Then he said, "I will do my best." The project was difficult. There were problems every week. Sometimes, Daniel made mistakes, but he solved them one by one. Several months later, the project became a success. His manager congratulated him. Soon after that, Daniel received a promotion. His salary increased. Soon after that, Daniel received a promotion. His salary increased. His confidence grew even more. When he visited his parents, they noticed the change immediately. His father smiled proudly. His mother gave him a long hug. She said, "You are happier now." Daniel realized she was right. The biggest reward was not the money. It was not the promotion. It was not even the compliments. The biggest reward was becoming the person he always wanted to be. One evening, Daniel sat in a park and watched the sunset. He remembered the man who stood in front of the mirror 1 year earlier. That man felt hopeless. That man believed nothing would ever change. Now, everything was different. Not because life became easy. Life was still full of problems. There were still difficult days. There were still failures. But Daniel had changed. And when a person changes, life begins to change too. But Daniel had changed, and when a person changes, life begins to change too. He finally understood a simple truth. Dreams do not change your future. He finally understood a simple truth. Dreams do not change your future. Actions do. Small actions, repeated every day, become powerful over time. You do not need to change your whole life in one day. You only need to make one good decision today, then another tomorrow, and another the day after that. Every great journey begins with one small step. If you feel stuck today, remember Daniel's story. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait until you feel ready. Start with one small habit. Read one page. Learn one new word. Walk for 10 minutes. Wake up a little earlier. Keep your promise to yourself. Day after day, you will become stronger. One day, you will look back and realize that your new life did not begin with a miracle. It began with one simple decision. The decision to start.